and welcome to Zoe's hungover, faded, and broke vegetarian cooking show birthday special. I ran out of room over here for vegetarian, so it continues over there. So today we're going to be making a birthday breakfast out of everything that's left in the fridge. I've already got started over here. I'm taking the stems out of the kale. So here are the removed stems from the kale. I'm going to put them in the compost. Normally I would make this with tofu, but I ran out of tofu maybe 3 days ago. So what we're going to do next is find the knife. And we're going to chop up the kale. The kale that I'm using is actually from Trader Joe's. It comes in a bag. It's $1.99. It's super cheap. It's upside down. I opened it upside down. So this is the Trader Joe's kale. It's only $2 for a whole bag. And it doesn't go bad. Like, it stays crispy for a long time because kale is really crispy to begin with. So it's already cut up, like it comes cut up in the bag, but I like to chop it up even more because it's easier to eat when it's in like bite-sized pieces and it cooks faster that way. So let's see what type of oil we have left. I think we might be out. Okay, I have vegetable oil, but I'm all out of olive oil. But, luckily, I have these Clamato olives that are in olive oil in the fridge. These are from Trader Joe's, too. When you're broke and vegetarian, Trader Joe's is the perfect place to shop. This is really embarrassing that I'm talking to the computer. This is what my life has become. Alrighty. Talking to the computer, cooking on your birthday. So this has olive oil in it. So I'm just going to pour it in the pan. I don't know. That looks good. And what I'm going to get ready is Sierra Nevada Dijon. This is going to be one of our ingredients later on. It has like beer in it. I don't know. I bought it at a health food store. It looked good. Dijon is one of the few things that I indulge in. And I don't know what else I'm doing over here. Okay. So, I have a bag of onions. These come diced up from Trader Joe's. If you don't like the smell of onions, or if like you don't like to cut onions, these are really good. I do it to cut back on onion scent. Bodily onion scent is not attractive to everyone. Turning on the fan. It smells like olives and onions. It would be cool if there were cooking shows, like if you could buy at Whole Foods, like a packaged meal, a frozen packaged meal, that came with like a DVD, and the DVD has like a video of the person making the packaged meal, and like while you're heating it up, you watch the video, and the video takes like exactly as long. It's like montage and stuff, and it takes exactly as long as like cooking the food takes. So when the video is over, you like take out the food. I just made that up just now. Talking to myself in the computer. The window is open and I live on the first floor. And it's quite possible that people could think I'm in here talking to myself. okay though, I don't care. So next what I'm going to do is, so the kale is sauteing in the pan with the onions and the olive oil that I poured out of the jar. And now I'm going to cut up these tomatoes. I'm going to cut the tomatoes into fourths. And so last night, first, I went with some friends to eat sushi. And I'd already eaten food here because I didn't want to have to buy dinner. So I went out and they got all this fancy sushi and like sake bombs and stuff. And I got pretty buzzed there. But I got a bunch of sushi. And one of the funny things that I did at the restaurant was, have you ever been, like if you've ever been at a restaurant and the table next to you leaves and they leave like a lot of food. So we were at this table and the people next to us left. And it's like a nice sushi restaurant. And the people left like 3 perfectly untouched rolls of sushi. Like they were like perfectly fine to eat. And I was like, I really want to eat those sushi. And they were like literally like right this close to me. I could just like grab them. But I was like embarrassed and I like asked everyone who I was at the table with, I was like, how would you guys feel if I ate those sushi? I've never done that before, like, should I do that? And everyone was like, I don't know, like, do you care, like, if they touched it or whatever? And I was like, I really don't care. They look perfect. They had, like, scallops on top, like, perfectly balanced and stuff. Like, nobody had touched them. So then the waiter, or the busboy came in, and he was like, he was going to clear the plate. And I was like, wait, are you just going to throw those away? And he was like, what? And I was like, are you going to eat those? Like, you should eat those. And he was like, oh no. And I was like, can I have them? And he just like slowly put the plate back down and like even closer to me. So I ate the sushi. Oh, but anyways, yeah. Then we got drunk, and then we got even drunker, and then at midnight, it was my birthday, so I had to do shots. And now I'm pretty hungover, and this food doesn't even really look that appetizing to me. Like, honestly, it's pretty hard being a broke vegetarian, because, like, you just want to go out, eat, like, a fancy breakfast on a day like this. You're forced to saute kale. So this is what it looks like. Look at that. So the tomatoes are starting to break up. That's good. Oh, we have a mushroom. We have literally 1 mushroom left in the fridge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this up and throw it in, because why not? There's no real rhyme or reason to the way I cut things. My mom told me that you're supposed to cut, it doesn't matter how you cut stuff, but she says that you want everything to be about the same size, because when you eat it, it's like easier to eat it when everything's the same size. So sometimes I do that, but I don't know. My mom's a terrible cook. So I take everything that she says about cooking with a grain of salt. My mom's a really good heater upper. She's a really good microwaver, but she's a terrible cook. Okay. Oh, I put red pepper in there also because I like spicy stuff. So I'm just going to make it like spicy flavor. So what we're going to eat this with is have a container. I cooked a big pot of quinoa the other day. So now I have a container full of quinoa. So I'm just going to like literally plop this on top of the quinoa. I also have bread in the fridge though. maybe I should have a piece of toast with peanut butter, because peanut butter is the best. Peanut butter on bread is like the best broke vegetarian breakfast meal. So vegetables and peanut butter on toast, that sounds better. I'm actually going to do that. But this quinoa is a good idea to cook a bunch of it, and then you'll have it in the fridge, and then it's just like ready to eat. It has a lot of protein. I'm very curious if my roommate can hear me in here talking to myself. Probably sounds really funny. She's in there with her boyfriend. Probably laughing. So I like this bread because it's like not that calories matter, but it's only 50 calories a slice, so I'm like, oh my god, like whatever, and it's like super healthy, so it's like good, but it's not too good that you go crazy and eat it, you know what I mean? It's like, you don't want to have bread that's too good because you'll just eat it all the time. So this stuff is like getting hot. Whoops! Growing mushrooms! I think I'm going to put more of this olive juice. I might put some olives in, actually. Why not? Fat is good for you. Natural, healthy fats, like olives. So now this whole thing is gone. The last of the package of kale, 4 tomatoes, 1 mushroom, and some olives, sauteing with Dijon and pepper. This is like a meal that I literally eat every day. It's kind of weird. Because it's really easy and like, it tastes pretty good and it's really healthy. It's really random though. I totally made this whole thing up. I've never seen a recipe that says to use any of these things together. Okay. I'm gonna put the toast in. This is almost done. So the tomatoes are pretty much like breaking apart. Like, see how it kind of is just like squishy now? That's the way I like it. Alright. So I'm going to turn it off because it looks basically done. Oh, first I'll show you my plate. This is one of my plates. I'll show you my special plate. I'll serve this on my special plate. This is my special plate. It matches my outfit, actually. This is the same outfit I was wearing last night. So I have that plate, and then I also have, I'll show you my, this is my other plate. I like pastel china. Okay, so, whoops. So this is the onions, tomatoes, olives and mushrooms, sauteed in a pan with olive oil out of a jar, with a little bit of Dijon and red pepper. Delicious. That's how it looks. Probably put some hot sauce on it. I'm going to put a little sriracha. Just give a little flavor. Alrighty. Now, this is the peanut butter that we're going to use to put on the toast. I usually like crunchy, but I literally couldn't reach. This was on like the top shelf in the market, and I couldn't reach the crunchy one. And like there wasn't anyone around, so I just took the smooth. I just settled for smooth. Here's how our toast looks. I just painted my nails yesterday, by the way. In case you're wondering, they are fresh. Freshly painted. So, approximately a tablespoon of peanut butter on the toast. Lovely. That looks delicious. Unfortunately, I don't have jelly or honey. Honey would be ideal right now. Nope. Pretty sure this is moldy, but okay. Well, that's it. Oh, you know what I'll do? I've got an idea. Ground cinnamon. A little cinnamon sugar. Ground cinnamon and a little brown sugar. Now it's delicious. Alrighty. So this has been. So here's our whole plate. Whoop. Thank you for joining me for today's episode, pilot episode. It was really exciting. We'll see you again next weekend on. Next weekend it won't be the birthday special, obviously, but we'll have another special. Zoe's hungover, faded, and broke vegetarian cooking show birthday special. Goodbye.